Clouds drift over a mountainous coastline. A young man unties a boat from a dock.
It's early spring here on the central coast of British Columbia, Canada. It's herring season. We're setting out from the town of Bella Bella in search of spawning herring.
A red marker on an illustrated map. A fishing boat speeds over sparkling water.
So right now we're just around the corner from Bella Bella. So there's Bella Bella here, and we're just out in Seaforth Channel. We have Spiller Channel just off to our starboard side here, and then just out here it's all open ocean.
Jordan Wilson, Ocean School, Heiltsuk Nation.
In our language, Bella Bella is called Wegliisla. This is where I grew up. But it's only one small part of what I call home.
A lot of people come to Bella Bella and say, that's the Heiltsuk Nation right there.
He points in opposite directions.
They'll say, no, that's the Heiltsuk Nation out there. It's made up of 35,553 square kilometers of land and sea.
On the map, the nation takes up a large section of the central BC coast.
So I'm really struck by the land kind of breaks up into this archipelago of islands, and that's what the herring use to spawn, right?
Yeah, you have foot islands here, and if you go farther up, you have the Tinky River, Mosquito Bay, and up to Tate Lagoon and even farther.
I don't want to go to Mosquito Bay.
I don't blame you. They call it Mosquito Bay for a reason.
The fishing boat speeds away. Elsewhere, forest-covered mountain peaks rise above the dark blue water.
If you spend a day on the central coast, you might see the sun rising over the mountains, then setting over the Pacific Ocean. And when ocean air collides with tall mountains, it brings rain, lots of rain. The result? The largest coastal rainforest in the world.
This place is rich and beautiful beyond description. It's an archipelago, so a group of islands where the land gradually dissolves into the sea. We have a temperate rainforest on land, dotted by estuaries and streams, and then it has another forest down in the water, the kelp forest. And the two are connected by the species that make both environments their home.
And while nitrogen and other nutrients from the rainforest help feed the ocean also feeds the forest.
Critical keystone species like herring and salmon bring nutrients from far out in the ocean into inland waters, in some cases hundreds of miles upstream, and feed the ecosystem, but also feed the people who have lived here for more than 15,000 years. That's more than 3 times as old as the pyramids of Egypt.
A fisherman casts a net from the bow of a boat.
So how do you survive in one place for so long? Well, it helps to live near the coast, with access to ocean resources like salmon and herring that come and go in cycles.
So we start with the herring, and we're dependent on the kelp. Then we move on to seaweed, and we move on to chitin, and we move on to salmon, crab and clams and cockles, and all these resources will be dependent on and store them for the winter so that our families can stay healthy and sustain themselves. And this is annually.
Like the sun rising and setting, our very survival depends on these resources returning each and every year. And so we learn to harvest them in a balanced way. We call this Ba'chola.
Every individual are naturally taught through their family tables. Take a little, leave a lot. Our people are very knowledgeable about where they shouldn't be over-harvested in any one year or any one week or in any one day.
A crab trap is dropped into still water.
But over the last century, too much has been taken and too little has been left.
Unfortunately, the abundance of a lot of the key species in this ecosystem has been declining. The harvest is at an all-time low.
The water systems are warming. We're dealing with high-level sea rise. We're dealing with river systems that are, sometimes dry when they need to be full with salmon runs. We're dealing with ocean acidification, and we need to be more attentive to these things that are affecting the stocks. Because without those resources in the ocean and on the land, a lot of the life as we know it today will be gone.
So how do we right this ship? How do we return to balance? For one thing, it requires a thorough understanding of the changes taking place.
Where the Heiltsuk people have, for thousands of years, observed these populations and made sense of their comings and goings. These observations continue, and they're now working directly with scientists to estimate how many fish there are and how they're changing from year to year.
Fishers tally their catch on a boat.
It also means using this knowledge to better manage our relationship with the natural world. A relationship we now share.
Our concern is with the mismanagement. A lot of our responsibilities were stripped from us, but we're not going to stand by and allow it to happen anymore. You know, our people are adamant that we're going to protect these resources and protect our culture in any way possible.
Dense evergreen trees border a grassy forest stream. Jordan trudges through the woods. Desiree Lawson, Heiltsuk Nation.
Us Heiltsuk people, we don't have a word for management. What's the closest translation to that?
Closest word that we have is zisala. In the language that means to take care of, because we do see our ocean as a big extended family that we have a reciprocal relationship with.
Sea lions bask on a rocky point.
You know, we're one with the ocean, we're one with the land, we're one with the trees, we're one with the birds, we're one with the herring, we're one with the salmon. We're natural managers. We're natural ecosystem-based managers as a people.
The ocean feeds the forest feeds the ocean. And shared knowledge and respect can help us with this balancing act.
Any decision we make will affect all people around us. That's how we make decisions. We think about the people in Vancouver, we think about the people in Germany. You know, we think about the people in India, in Japan. It's not a Heiltsuk problem, it's not a Canada problem, it's a world problem. We can keep everything in balance, including ourselves as human beings, we'll all be okay. I know when I say we will all be okay, I'm talking about the rest of the world.
Beyond the coastal waters, a line of rolling green mountains stands on the horizon.